are ending Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, some people really suffered. It was ridiculous what they were doing, but in the end, they came around, but they came around for the wrong reasons. They came around only because they wanted votes, and they saw that tens of millions of people were against them because of what they were doing. I also want to express my strong support for the efforts of lawmakers in Congress as they work on bills to provide regulatory certainty for dollar-backed stablecoins and the digital assets market. They're working very hard on that. This is a tremendous opportunity for economic growth and innovation in our financial sector, and will really go a long way. I think it's going to be a tremendous, we feel like pioneers in a way. Treasury and Commerce departments will also explore new pathways to accumulate additional Bitcoin holdings for the reserve, provided it's done at no cost to the taxpayers. We don't want any cost to the taxpayers.
So we had a very bullish day. Price action didn't reflect so much. The markets are trying to ingest what just happened, but across the board, you got United States giving regulatory clarity on Bitcoin and crypto assets. They're going to be buying Bitcoin and never selling. And if you're not bullish today, you don't think of trying to gobble up as much Bitcoin as you can, we don't know what else needs to happen. Right here, getting all these big names in one room. This isn't even the whole room. This was just one portion of it. Here's another screenshot. You got the Winklevoss twins. You got Michael Saylor. You got Brian Armstrong. You got major players, some of the smartest players in the room, in the crypto space, in the White House today. Breaking news.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption, but if you're interested in trading MicroStrategy options, any other stock out there, Bitcoin, Solana, or any other crypto out there, you can now do that on MooMoo. And if you sign up with our affiliate link, which we pin in the comment section, also in the description below, when you sign up and deposit any amount, you're going to receive up to 20 free stocks, and each one of these stocks could be valued at up to $2,000. So make sure to sign up with MooMoo. Go get that free money. Now let's go ahead and get back to the video.
And look at here, Bitcoin is down to $87,000. This is on the 1 hour right here. When the first crypto summit started, what did the price do? It actually had a wick down. And look, this wick is getting bought back up. And if you look at these wicks on the 1 hour, we see that this put in a low here. That was yesterday. And we put in a higher low. So is this a rounding bottom pattern that is just getting ready to crank back up to the upside and get back above this white and then this purple line to reclaim the 90 to 92 range and then have a continuation to the upside? Zooming out on the charts, we see that we are just in a symmetrical wedge, and we're just sort of putting in higher highs and higher lows. We bottomed out here. Is the bottom in? 78 could have been the bottom. And we came back up, ran back up, came back down, ran back up. This would be a decent range. This is to trade, buy, sell, buy. So could we be getting ready to come back up to this range here, fall back down, get into this apex, steadily putting in higher lows, and maybe having some wick downs out of this range. But ultimately, where's this apex intersect at? Around March 12th. So by the middle of the month, we could see either a breakdown or a break out of this. You could see price action come back down. Then we'll be seeing probably levels lower than this previous low. Now, if we hold this level, we could come back, actually have a fake out, then get back above this and have a continuation to the upside, and then just sort of this downwards trend line, maybe come back down to the 82 range. So it's not guaranteed we're out the woods yet. We still are just in a range. So they're buying opportunities, dollar cost average into a stronger position than what you're already in. And right here, breaking news. Michael Saylor suggesting that the U.S. might issue debt similar to what MicroStrategy did to raise capital for buying Bitcoin. And you see this right here. Michael Saylor is talking to David Sachs. Just a few minutes ago, President Trump signed executive orders. This was yesterday. And then Michael Saylor saying, I have a few budget neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin. So they have the money printer. They could literally just print money and buy Bitcoin. And this would be crazy for, it could be inflationary, but it's not causing the taxpayers any money per se. But long term, United States propping their economy up on Bitcoin is going to make them stronger than what they already are. So this is definitely bullish. And look what else happened today. People have been waiting for when Josh Mandel, when he's been doing the covered call game, he's hopped into some brand new call options. So if you guys don't know Josh, definitely check his page out. Definitely next level on the trading game when it comes to the traditional markets, but he is now flipping bullish. But as calls, you got, somewhat low calls, 320, 340. So you're not looking at, he has a 600 call out here, but he hasn't sized that up. Maybe he's just watching that position. But Josh definitely knows what he's doing when he's playing this game. So understand that. And then MicroStrategy at the current time it's recording, post market is down to around 285, still in this downwards range. Nothing's changed. We just have to sort of get out of this range to a breakout to the upside. We showed you the technical targets of this in previous videos, and also we've showed you this global M2 money supply. Note, when this peaked out, it took about 50 days for this to peak. So you see this is putting in a new high. And so it's putting in a new high today. So if we go 50 days out from where we are right now, we can see we're March 6th, 50 days out. So by the end of April, early May, we could be potentially seeing a breakout of this and potentially up past the 500 range. That would definitely be bullish for not only MicroStrategy, also Bitcoin, but we're not out the woods yet. We could fall lower. We could fall out of this range. It's not guaranteed to be a bull flag. The pattern looks like that. Looks like that's how it's going to play out. The DXY, this is right now playing out this inverse head and shoulders pattern. We've showed you this. The technical target is down to 101.8, and we could be dropping about 2 more points, which would definitely be bullish for markets. So when this happens, that tends to be when Bitcoin runs. So the DXY has been falling, but looking at Bitcoin, we haven't really seen it pump up crazy. So keep this in mind. This is definitely something to pay attention to. This is on the daily chart, so it could take some time for this to play out. And this just happened a few days ago. So there's a lot of volatility with what's been going on with the crypto summit, stuff Trump's been tweeting about, and other governing officials. So this really started to break out of this range March 3rd, March 4th, and the market really hasn't caught up to this. So Bitcoin could be coiling up to see the next big leg. And Ben Workman is weighing in. He's talking about what we watched today, first crypto summit at the White House, and why he's extremely bullish. Let's hear from Ben.
I really loved the announcement, and I loved it for a couple of reasons. The first one is they created a really clear delineation between the two categories of assets. And I think that was really important. And there was a lot of uncertainty around how they were going to treat these, whether they were truly going to lump this all together as one crypto strategic reserve, or whether Bitcoin would really start to shine and highlight it as a true reserve asset that can be applied on a national level. And I think that was a really big step for them to take. The second one was, I don't think anybody was quite ready for that background section of the executive order where the United States government would be educating the world on the benefits of Bitcoin. That was one of my favorite parts about this entire executive order, was when they went in there and they made that connection to the world about it being digital gold. They highlighted the fixed supply, and they highlighted that Bitcoin can be treated as a strategic reserve asset. To me, that was beautiful, because they're signaling this out globally. This isn't all of us Bitcoiners out on X telling everyone why Bitcoin's good. This was the United States government putting it in writing and putting it on the White House website. I think that's a massive, massive step. And it's going to force other countries to take stock in this. They're going to have to pay attention to what we're saying. I know that there's been some disappointment around this coming out as an executive order, because obviously executive orders can be reversed ultimately. But it's really, to me, it's what it signals. I mean, once the cat's out of the bag here and you've gone out and publicly told the world, Bitcoin's the reserve asset. This is the only one that we're locking in a reserve that we are not selling. None of the other ones got that treatment, and that is a massive, massive step for Bitcoin.